Good morning. I'm in the office. I love a vlog in the office. My hair's a bit wet still. Say good morning, Alex.
Good morning, Alex.
Today I'm a little bit behind. I got this book from Grace Beverley. I follow her. If you don't follow her, she's a really good follow because she's extremely productive and it's very motivating. She's a very inspirational businesswoman, and she released this book. She has written a book called, I think, Working Hard or Hardly Working, and she talks a lot on her social media about being productive. She did this out of frustration for not finding books that had this sort of format, and I thought it was great when I opened it. So she sort of explains the daily planning method, and then there's a bit at the start to sort of figure out your strengths, your weaknesses, when you're productive, when you feel anxious, a list of habits you want to build, habits you want to break, and that was really, really helpful. And then there's a page for yearly planning. And then there's all these diagrams for monthly planning. I'm saving this for November because I got this book in the middle of October. And the way it's broken up week by week, you have the week commencing. So I'm interpreting this as just sort of like a rough, you're writing down notes, like this is what I'm doing this week off the top of my head, like I've looked at the calendar, like this is what I'm doing. And then following that, there's a page for my goals for the week and goal setting notes. And this is broken into work and then personal. And then the interesting part is that you then have this daily planning section. So basically once you've written and some people might be completely turned off by this because I know some people would not want to write their plan in this much detail. But I do recommend if you are someone who is a student or you run a business or you have to do like lots of different things in your job, or in your personal life and your work life is kind of quite different, it does help to make sure you're staying on top of things. Yesterday I felt so much more productive. It was kind of wild. And then yeah, this page is basically broken down into quick tasks. So this is stuff that takes like a minute. Tasks, that's just what you've got to do that day. And then the projects are kind of what you're working on this week. So those are the kind of the bigger projects. And she did note at the start that you don't have to be doing this today, but those are the projects that you're working on, just so that you write them down so you're still aware. And then there's a schedule for your day. And then there's a little 3 non-negotiable things I'll get done today, and then 1 habit I'm keeping today. So today I'm behind because I was supposed to be filming. Well, I'm filming, so it's okay. But I was supposed to be starting getting on with some DIY, because basically today I really want to spend the day doing some DIY inside the house that I've been putting off for ages and updating on house things. I'm trying to sort of divvy my work week up a little bit because I do tend to... Alex, are you gonna pee? Because I do tend to sometimes sit at my computer all week and then just film food videos, and then I forget that actually vlogging is my job. So I have to sort of release this pressure and this idea that I should be at an office desk or filming a food video because that's work. And then it ends up leaving me to film my vlogs at the weekend, which means I actually have no days off. And that was not doing very good for my brain. So I'm trying to have some blocks where, like, for example, I do have some tasks that I have to do that aren't related to me filming my vlog, and I've written those out as quick tasks today. So I have to re-upload my video because I had a technical issue with it yesterday, which won't take very long. I've got to, I'm gonna write a little list quickly of the DIY tasks that I need to do inside. I need to email my video editor because I've recently hired a video editor, which is hopefully gonna really help with time. I need to add some videos to the drive, and I need to just check my emails quickly. So those quick tasks can be done, and I feel like I've got something done, and then I can get on with filming, because sometimes the issue when I get on with filming is I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to do that thing. And I did this last night, so I wrote my plan for today last night, so there's less time involved doing it in the morning, and basically it means my day is planned and I can just look at this and get on with it. And I think it's going to really help me. I think I need to get used to this way of planning, because there's certain things already where I'm a bit like, this is not necessarily how I would do it, or my brain works. Like, for example, the way that the quick tasks and projects are, I would have them the opposite way round, because in my brain I would want to think of the big projects and then break that down into tasks and then break that down into quick tasks, rather than the other way around. So I actually work this way over this way because it makes more sense for me. But yeah, I'm really, really excited, and I will report back in like a couple weeks to tell you how it's going, whether I actually have kept it up, because at first it feels like, wow, I'm doing a lot to make this work. But yesterday I had such a long list of things to do, all over the place things as well, stuff that was from YouTube to brands to editing to recipes. It's just like all different like areas of my job I was having to think of, and I got so much done, and it was a very productive day, and it stopped me from getting on with other things whilst I was meant to be doing something. So a lot of the time when I set myself a list or a task of stuff to do, I'll start doing it and then I get distracted. And I think that's just the way my brain works. I'll start doing something and then I'm like, oh this, and I go off on tangents, and I actually haven't done the thing that I need to do, and then I put it off and put it off. So I'm really hopeful that this is going to help me a lot. And yesterday I ended up with like an hour between like 4 and 5 where I had extra time, and I was like, I'm gonna upload my video at 5, so I'm gonna use this hour to clean my computer up because there's so many files that need deleting. So yeah, I will report back. If you are a productivity lover like me, I love to organize things and set up new systems. I find it very enjoyable. I'm currently trying to move all of my stuff over from Trello to the Drive, because I did find that I was duplicating a lot of my like work. So like I would be adding stuff to my calendar and then also having to do it on Trello, and I want it just to be a bit more streamlined, and I think this is going to help, because I was missing writing stuff down in my book, or a book, because I was kind of doing it all on my calendar. So I'm just moving things around a little bit. Anyway, it's enough of that. I'm going to get these quick tasks done, and then we're going to go inside. I'm going to be an hour behind, but then I did snooze my alarm this morning. And we're going to get some things done in the house, and yeah, we'll continue hopefully on Thursday as well, because I don't know that I'm going to get all of it done today. But I at least want to hang some pictures and give you an update on what's happening with the patio, because yeah, I'll update you, but there's a story. Also, who's been listening to Taylor Swift's new album non-stop? Because me. Right, I've done all the things I needed to do in the office for now. I washed my hair today. I've been trying to get back to doing the curly girl method, and as you can see, it is exceptionally crispy. By the curly girl method, I mean a very loose version of it. Most of it's post-shower. So post-shower, I use a curl cream. This one's been going for a while. And then a gel. Soaking wet. I brush my hair, and you'll notice your hair kind of comes into like one big wave, which is what you want. And then you sort of smooth the cream through, smooth the gel through, and then you scrunch away. The Denman brush is a real key for this. You scrunch away, and then it will start to separate into clumps, which is where the kind of nice curls form. And then I plop in a microfiber towel on top of my head, just like wrap it up in a towel, do my makeup, probably like 5 minutes it's in there, and then I use my diffuser. I use this Dyson hairdryer with the diffuser attachment. I really wish that the air wrap came with the came with the diffuser attachment, so I didn't need 2 hairdryers, because it seems a bit silly, but it doesn't. And then I let it dry completely, because the diffuser, I mean, you could be there all day. So I do most of the drying with the diffuser, and then I sort of sit with it looking crazy. And then I've got this We Do natural oil. A few pumps of this to scrunch out the crunch, and this is where the magic should happen. There we go. So my hair no longer feels crunchy at all. It feels really lovely and soft. And I've got loads of nice curls. I hadn't been doing this for a while because I think I'd kind of got a bit lazy with it. And I was just using mousse, and my hair just ended up looking kind of frizzy, and I was noticing in videos, I think I maybe accidentally clicked on an old video of mine, and I was like, wow, my hair used to be curly. And I was like, nope, my hair is still curly, I just haven't been bothering. And And everyone's hair is very different. So I know lots of girls who have wavy hair like me don't like using gel, they like using mousse. So just try different things for your hair. I find if I use mousse, my hair just doesn't stay, it just gets frizzy. I don't know if it's because I have a lot of hair, but it's fine. Whereas maybe other girls who have wavy hair, they can't use gel, maybe because they don't have as much hair, but they've maybe got coarser hair. I have no idea the intricacies of it, but I find with gel you get these nice, like even though I've got wavy hair, you get these nice ringlets. It's so difficult to show you because my hair is so dark, but I don't know, I feel like you get more curls. I like both looks. I do like a beachy relaxed wave as well, but I feel like I get more curls and it looks very shiny as well when you see. That's a good example, you can see it there. It looks very shiny when you use gel. Never looks this good the next day though, so that's the next task. That's laziness as well though. I'm gonna have my lunch and then we're gonna go next door. Look, actually I found some pictures that have been hiding. This is a beautiful painting that, upside down, it's a beautiful painting that my sister and brother-in-law got me and Alex as an engagement present, because this is a painting of St Ives and that is the hill with the chapel where we got engaged. So I really want to put this in the garage because I think it would be beautiful. This is another painting that used to be in our old living room. I think I'm going to put this in the garage as well, if it works. I'm basically going to take all the pictures in there and then see what works. In here is a painting that I got on Etsy, and I haven't found a place for it yet, but I do have some frames now. This lovely lady sent this to me and it is so realistic and it reminds me of Cornwall. This is a print, but it looks like a painting. I just can't get over the realism. I'll leave a link to it below. But I do have these frames from the wedding, so I'm gonna see if it fits any of these frames. If it doesn't, then I'll think of something else. And then we've got some paintings that I actually bought, vintage paintings. So I'm gonna have something to eat and then we'll do that. Alex has started making bread again, which is the best thing on planet Earth. I'm so happy. And I have leftovers from dinner. So I've got a little bit of, it's like a small portion. It's not enough for lunch. It's a little bit of rice, tofu and broccoli. So I've made myself an open sandwich. If I wasn't having the rice, I'd have a whole sandwich, obviously. But yeah, I'm just so excited that he started making bread again. And this Cathedral City is my new favourite vegan cheese. It's so crumbly and delicious. And then this vegan chicken from Squeaky Bean, char-grilled Memphis barbecue style, is amazing. If you haven't tried it, give it a go. As you may be able to tell, our patio is not done. We had lots done when we were away on our honeymoon, and when we came back for our honeymoon, we decided that we were going to pause the patio renovation. I'll explain why in a second, but I'll show you what they have done because it's pretty cool. At this end, we have now got a built-in sofa. Ignore all of the leaves. Work has paused for like a while now, and there's a lot of leaves that need clearing up. But basically the idea is that we've got these lovely seats now. This obviously will be all trimmed back, and they lift. I'm not going to attempt to lift them because I think because it's wood essentially it has expanded, and they did say that might happen. So, and they need that, basically it's not finished, so it will be functional when they've finished. And we've got our flower beds back here, so the idea is that this is going to create a bit of a sort of end to the patio, because I was worried that it would just kind of be nothing at the end. So I'm going to put some like taller plants, maybe like a hedge, I don't know, we'll figure it out. If you've got any suggestions, let me know. So there'll be sort of a back to this patio, and yeah, I'm really excited for it. This was, I think, you know, a lot of the time spent doing this. They put the sort of stuff down that goes beneath ready for the limestone, and we're just waiting on the drain guys to come back because this drain is too high for where the patio is going to go. I think it has to be below a certain level. Also, real talk, after our wedding and honeymoon, we just had a moment of thinking we are really stretching ourselves and we need to pause because we never expected, let me pop you down here, let's hope it doesn't rain. We never expected that this patio would take this long. There were just a few hiccups along the way with the granite, and I'll link some of the videos that we've done about this patio. But first thing was the septic tank, as a lot of you probably remember. That was a huge issue, so we started doing the patio, getting excited, we're going to get it done, start of the summer, woo. Then found out that our septic tank was pretty much broken and just you know, very old, we need to replace it. So they had to do lots of investigations, and we had to book somebody in, and then they had to obviously replace the septic tank, which meant lots of digging up of the back of the garden and the front of the garden. And then when that was finished, builders came back and they started to sort of plan out the patio. And we've got these granite there's like a granite end to the patio, and they put that all in place and they realised that it was all moving. So they had to move the granite and put a concrete base underneath. And because it's only I think normally there's about 3 builders here, and the access to our house is limited. They couldn't like get, you know, a big crane in or a big digger. They could only get a small digger and a small scaffold. We did have a bigger digger when the septic tank guys came, but it just basically meant that it took longer time-wise for them to be putting the concrete down and then moving each piece of granite individually. It was a big job. It's not a simple thing. They're huge pieces of stone and they weigh a lot. So it just took extra time, and there were just sort of hiccups along the way, delays with delivery, delays of materials, that sort of thing. And it all started to pile up in cost, and we never ever imagined that this whole thing would cost this much money. We kind of just thought the garage is done, let's do this all in one go, why not? And then things started to unravel as it happened, as is the case a lot of the time with renovations. And I just want to share this because I feel like there's a lot online about people just getting their renovations done and it being so easy and quick and like, woo, we're done. Someone came in to do it for us and it's all looking great. There are so many hiccups, there are so many problems, it's extremely stressful, and a lot of the time things absolutely snowball when it comes to costs, which is what's happened here. So when we came home, we were looking at the patio, and we obviously have just spent money on our honeymoon and our wedding, and those are big costs, and we just thought, why stress ourselves out with getting this patio done when it has escalated? And we spoke to the builder about how much longer it's going to take, and we just thought, wait, it's raining, of course it's raining. I'm gonna go into the garage and escape the rain. I mean the snug. I need to start calling it the snug. That's the official name for it now. Haven't been in here with you in a while, have I? Yeah, so things snowball, and I just want to be honest that a lot of the time you see home renos and it's not simple. I mean, I'm exaggerating. I watch plenty of people who do home renos and they show the ups and downs of it, but that is why it's paused. It's annoying because originally the plan was for the patio to be done for the summer, and now it's autumn, very near to winter, so we don't know what we're gonna do. We are figuring everything out. Like, I just feel like when we went away on our honeymoon and when we had all that time off and we had the wedding, it gave this, you know, when you have time off and you rest, and it gave this lesson in my mind that rest really does enable you to think much more clearly. And I mean, that's obvious, but when you're not resting and when you're busy, you forget and you just kind of go along with things because you physically don't have the time to think about them because you're just like overwhelmed. And I think before the wedding, I was thinking so much about wedding planning, and it takes up your whole life, and planning the honeymoon and then doing my job, that I just was kind of like, yeah, the patio, we're getting it done, blah, blah, blah. And I wasn't really thinking about what I actually wanted. and what made sense for us. And when we went on our honeymoon, had all that time and that clarity, we came home and we were just like, actually, we can pause this. We have the power to just stop this for a second, regroup, think about what we want, think about our budget, think about timings, and just not stress ourselves out, because essentially this is our forever home. There is absolutely no reason to stress ourselves out over something that doesn't need doing right now. Like, we're not going to be using this patio in the next few months, really. I mean, I would love it if we could finish it before Christmas and we could have some time outside at Christmas time, you know, get a heater, get all wrapped up by the fire pit. That would be great, but also it doesn't matter. And that's what it made us realise. So essentially what we're doing now is Alex is doing some calculations, we're figuring out budget, we're planning ahead. And I feel like before we were just kind of on this sort of rolling trajectory where when we moved in, there were so many things to fix in this house that we just went ahead and fixed them. And from the windows to being fixed, I was like, I want the windows done for winter. I want the fireplaces for winter because it's going to be cold and I feel like it's dangerous. I want to be able to use the fireplaces. The kitchen I wanted done for work purposes, obviously. It made so much sense to do that and I'm so glad we did. And then this garage was leaking and going insane it was just about to fall down. So we were like, let's do the garage and fix it. And as you remember, originally we were just fixing the roof and then we were going to make it into a garage. And as it happened, we were like, actually, this could be a room. And that sort of snowballed in a positive way. And then after that, when they were waiting on some stuff for the garage, we were waiting on the windows. They're like, well, why don't we start the patio? Because you want that done, then you can have access to the garage easier because there's like a big gap now. And then that just kind of carried on from this, and it's just been a series of renovations that have just got carried on from the one before. And I feel like we just had to put the brakes on it because we were like, we are just continually fixing one thing after the other, after the other, after the other, and it would just carry on until we say, let's stop for a second, because these things can wait. And we have actually reached the end of essential things that have to be done. None of the patio is not essential to our lives, or it's not going to affect my business or anything like that. All the other decisions we've made with the house have either been inexpensive, so like doing the spare bedroom, I just had to paint in there and put the moulding up, or they've been essential just for like fixing things and making our house workable, functional, livable, that kind of stuff. Obviously it's livable before, you know what I'm saying? Just making it work better. And yeah, we just realised, let's put the brake on this because it's becoming a tap that we're just pouring money, and we can't afford it to do that continually. So from now on, our plan is to be much smarter with it, with every other renovation we're doing. And this is something you just learn, you can only learn from experience, is we're going to figure out our finances and put a plan in place with budget, speak to the builder, ask him about his plan, how long it would take, and then implement it when we're comfortable. And then it's not going to be a stress over our heads, and it's not going to be something that's kind of up in the air. And then we can plan for the future. So we really, really want to do some improvements to the outside of the house, like repointing the house, doing the gutters, and sorting out our driveway. And all of that is, again, kind of practical things, but I would prefer to really plan for it, speak to people and sort it out in my head and get it all done at the same time and have like a fixed price for it, rather than it be this sort of thing that we sort of start doing the pointing with one person and then we get the gutters done and just it kind of becomes this wishy-washy, how long is it going to take scenario. I want to just get a team in, do it, and then go home. Because having builders at the house and having all this stress and not knowing how long it's going to be, it's a lot more complicated. And that's something that we can then think about in like next year, the year after that, doesn't really matter. It just can be something that we do and we plan for it and we budget for it, and it's less of a faff. And yeah, that's the thought. The only thing is that does end up costing, you have to put more money up front because you have to save up for like a bigger thing. But I do think you would save money in the long run because it would be less bitty. Anyway, that was a very long update, but I wanted to let you know, and I hope that makes anyone else who's doing a renovation feel better, that you know, you don't just have, most of us, like 99.999% of us, do just not have like taps of money that we can just access to just keep renovating. and we've reached our limit. So we need to just slow it down, save up and budget. And that's obviously, it's very obvious. I'm not giving any new information here, but I think it's easy when you are renovating to just sort of keep going, because you're like, we're nearly done, we're nearly done, we're nearly done. And you can pause it and you can say, actually, no, this is making me feel stressed and it's running us thin. So let's pause and regroup and figure it out. So we'll update you when we know when we're going to be continuing the patio. I think basically at the start of November, we'll see and speak to the builders and make a plan. And it will either be that we do it in November, December, and then it's done before Christmas, or we plan for them to come back in the new year. Either or, I'll be happy, Alex will be happy. Anyway, let's get on with putting these pictures on the wall. I'll show you the pictures I have got for in here. If you haven't seen this room already and you're like, where the hell are you? I do have a makeover video, so I'll link that above. But this is our snug, which was a garage, and now it's a living room, and we absolutely love it. So here are the pictures we've got. So there's this one. These were all from a vintage shop. They're very small, so I think that these work better. Rather than be on this wall, they'll look very out of place and kind of funny there. I'm going to put them on the walls with the paneling, like beneath the lights. I think that that would look great there. And then I've got these two. So these are two beautiful mounted prints of birds, and I think they're absolutely gorgeous. So I'm thinking that these two, either they go like one below the other there, though I think it might not be high enough, or I do some sort of symmetry in the room. So I'm just gonna play around with putting them in certain places and imagining. I might need Alex to come and help me. He's out with Roxy at the minute. He's at the vet, but yeah, I'm just gonna sort of put them places and see what I think. I might also go grab the other paintings from inside too. I think that the ones for this wall though, I think that this would look best with a big painting because it's such a big wall and it's very white. So that's for another day. But I'm thinking here would be great to have like a modern painting, like a Cornish artist or something. We'll see. This is, I think, what we're going to go with. I'm not 100% sure about this yet because there's like a big gap here. And because it's where the peloton is, maybe it's fine to just leave that blank. But it is the kind of view when you come in, it's the first thing you see. Whoa, nearly fell over. It is the first thing you see. So I'm like, obviously initially I was thinking, oh, we put some pictures below here, but then it's kind of blocked by the peloton. And then I thought that there, but then it's kind of hidden beneath everything. I don't know about this one. This, I'm thinking of putting these two either side of this because they're matching. I think that would look really cool. The only other place that I thought would look cool was having them like one above each other there. But then I wasn't 100% sure on that. So I think that this is a good option, though I worry that they're a little small. Now I'm looking at them, whether they need to be bigger. This, I think, would look really cool under this light just because the colour of this sofa has some of the colours of that ship. I think I need to fix the hanger thing though. And this, I'm thinking, would look quite cute. Again, because there's lots of greens next to the olive tree. I need to prune this tree and cut it right the way back because look at it, it's all grown out. But yeah, put it underneath that one, I'm thinking. The only thing I'm not sure about is this. It's like committing to making like holes in the wall. I'm worried that these are too small for this wall, but then I don't know. I'm going to use you as a way of testing. Oh, I just can't make my mind up. I just can't make my mind up. I would hate to hang them and then think, wow, they're too small. I'm gonna wait till Alex gets home and see what his opinion is about these. What are you doing?
I would be alone.
Huh?
I would be alone. Leave me.
Right. I need your advice, hun.
Yeah, these should go here.
My worry, can you hold them up? Because I worry they're too small.
Too small?
Yeah. Wait a second. There you go. It's a bit orange, but it looked a bit blue before. Is that your measurement?
Wait.
I don't need it that accurate. I just want to guess what they look like.
Like here or here?
Do you know what I mean? Like, is that too small if I have them both like that?
No.
No?
Well, if they were bigger, I feel like it would be quite crowded.
Okay. So those then, do you like them there? It's my other option.
I like them there.
Pick both of those ones up. My other option was having them over here, but then I thought they'd be kind of, so like one on top of each other. Yeah, but a gap. A small gap, babe. Alex. Crikey. Yeah, so this is the other option. There's something quite nice about that because of the light.
Kind of nice.
It's so difficult unless...
I mean, there's a light there.
No, I know, but I don't know. Something about them being stacked on top of each other is quite nice. And then I thought this one over here... What do you think about this one over here if you hold that one below that light?
I wouldn't put it on the radiator. It would probably get damaged.
He's in one of them moods. He turned it on for the camera, you guys.
I felt really tired about 5 minutes ago and I suddenly have energy.
Yeah.
Ooh, a spider. Okay.
You know?
Well,
Oh, you don't like that?
it's just... It's hard to picture because it's like a
Go on, put it there again.
short wall, if you know what I mean.
No, I think that looks really good there. Because the dark frame matches the radiator, and I thought the kind of orangey tones of the ship matches this. And then I thought this, so can you hold this here? Here.
What, in the same sort of picture position?
Yeah, like, so I'll move the tree over a little bit. But will it get lost there? So if the trees, because I did move the tree the other day. So I'd move the tree a little bit.
Something going on in the corner, which I quite like, because it's a bit...
But then is that my only worry about this? I'm going to turn the light on because it's really dark in here. My only worry about this is... oh yeah, you could. Oh, there's no light there.
I forgot that light doesn't work.
The light doesn't work.
Careful.
Only worry with this is, would that suit a portrait painting over a landscape? Because it's quite a small space for it. Put there again. Bit higher. You know what I mean? Would it be better with a... Although if it's two landscape ones next to each other, where else could that go? The only other thing I thought is this could just go on a shelf, but the shelves look quite... Oh, you left your Coca-Cola there. The shelves are kind of...
It's like 2 weeks ago.
The shelves are kind of already got their things on them. These ones I haven't done much with because that's kind of hidden. I kind of want to put this in there, but very good. Yeah, maybe put this under this light. But then the only issue is because the Peloton isn't central to that light, maybe that would bother me. Bit higher. Like maybe that's quite nice being there.
There's another spider on this one.
Why is it crooked? You're holding it so crooked. Could you just bring it more to the left? And less crooked. Less crooked. There. One sec. Sorry, I keep changing the camera settings because it keeps on changing colours. It's very difficult for you to see as well in this video because of the lighting. What do you think of it there? Over the other one?
I can't tell.
It does look cute.
It's nice.
But then I'm wondering...
What do you...
I think that looks better there because it's landscape. And I think that I need to find a really small painting for that one. Like a portrait. Maybe even like of a person. Just something really little.
But presumably the nail in the wall will be the same place anyway, so just try it.
Not necessarily. Although maybe because we probably want them all to be the exact same height, wouldn't we? Yeah,
I
no,
suppose
you're
a
right.
Portrait might have a different.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You want them to be the same height and you have to do it off of the hanger. I think usually what I do when I hang stuff is you start with the ones you're sure on. So I think I'm not sure on any of them.
Well, I think they look, because you've got two.
Do you think they look better there than the two stacked there?
Yeah, because I thought that was going to go there.
Yeah, well the other thing is this. Does this go here? Like, so it's a part of this section? Or does it go in the middle here?
I think there.
Can you hold them both up for me?
You know you had it upside down.
Oh, sorry. It's hard to tell unless you're looking at it. So that's obviously in the middle, which does look quite nice.
Again, I don't know if it would get lost here.
Bit down. Bit more to the left. Yeah, but then it creates like a sort of an area, like a vignette area. Put it back where it was by the peloton.
A vignette, is it?
Whatever you call it. You know what I mean.
No, but I just wasn't expecting you to crack out the vignette.
Is that the right word?
Probably. I think so.
Reminds me of I was watching that video of Piers Morgan and Kanye West, and he says,
What?
yeah, he interviewed him and he says like, oh, what's all this furor online, blah blah blah, and he was like, furor, is that how you say theory in British? He had no idea what that word was.
Is this a recent interview?
Yes, he's mental in it. Like, he is crazy. Anyway, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it does look better there. Put it back next to the lamp. It is that is such a nice painting in that position. Bit down. Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think that should go in the middle of this wall over here. And then if I do have a painting there, maybe again, that should be a portrait and it should be a bit smaller.
I think it's nice in both. There's already stuff going on there, whereas here it's a bit
blank.
nothingy.
Yeah, okay. Okay. And maybe also these paintings, if you had those two there, it's like quite a lot going on when there's not much going on over here.
You'd want two similar ones.
Yeah. And then I thought that we should get a painting to go here that's like a big one. Right, so I think we're going to do this tomorrow because earlier I realised that I couldn't hang a lot of these without Alex's help because I couldn't find the, whatchamacallit? I couldn't find the stuff to hang the pictures with, and I thought it would be better to get Alex's advice. And yeah, I thought I could do the living room, but the mirror is like hooked onto these nails, and we've got to do that properly together if we're going to lower that
down.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just a case of getting the toolbox out and stuff.
Yeah, but we need to like do it properly together. I don't think we could do that on my own.
You need a man's help.
No, it's just you need someone to position it, to look at it and then go, yeah, that's the right height, and then we do it.
Got some Coke?
Is it full?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So we'll do that on Thursday or the weekend. So we'll show you. And at least we've decided where things are going to go.
Decided. It's just putting a nail in the wall, really. It's not that hard.
And that will make the room feel so much cozier. Even holding them there, it just felt like way better. Because when I came in this room, I was like, there's something not right about this room because it feels a bit modern. Like there's not enough happening. And I feel like character really comes in from paintings and stuff on the walls, and like I think over time it just needs a few more. Bit of colour, yeah. That's why I think it would be amazing to get a really colourful painting here. Yeah. When we were house viewing, what was it, 2 years ago? What we noticed about all the lovely houses we viewed was the incredible art in all the houses. Oh, yeah. Like the traditional houses we viewed, they'd have such traditional furniture. And the styling was so traditional, but they had loads of like eclectic paintings, and I just loved that style.
There was one painter, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was one painter in Penzance.
And you think, oh wow, what an amazing house, but obviously if you moved in, all the painters would be gone, it would look completely different. So
yeah, I do love that. I love traditional homes, but there's something very cool about having lots of different kind of art in it. It's very, very fun. For dinner, we are having pasta. I just raided the fridge. We're kind of at the point with the fridge where we need to go shopping. So we have some Richmond mince. I've never tried this before. Alex bought it, so we're gonna give that a go. Got some rosemary that we need to eat. I think we've also got some thyme. Mushrooms, I'll chop them up small because Alex doesn't like mushrooms, but they taste great in a pasta. This courgette, I'll do the same. I'll chop them up real small. A chilli, a leek, a little pepper, and I'll go get the other ingredients. I need to get some chopped tomatoes and stuff, so, and an onion and some garlic. So I'm gonna make a nice big sauce and then cook some pasta. I can't decide if I want spaghetti. I know Alex is gonna want spaghetti, but I'm gonna want rigatoni. Whichever one we have, I guess. I think we have both. Maybe I should get to pick because I'm cooking.
Will have the shape. Release the tables typically look with the design of my person. Yeah, so actually restored. And I kind of slim-like version. I'll show you that in the they're actually a bit big, but I'm so let's see. I have because I like that. I have looked at them, which I'm so used to doing. Like I think they're very, very few brands where I don't have to do that.
Out of complete and utter laziness, I was using these because I cooked with them and I didn't want to have to wash up another. Well, I just thought I'll save Alex from having to wash up tongs, and that failed. I'm never going to do that again. Cannot wait to dig in. Good morning from a really bad position. You can't really see me. It's Wednesday morning and I'm eating one of our apples from our garden. You are probably going to think I'm the stupidest person ever. I mean, I feel like this is quite a easy mistake. Not mistake, but like easy sort of realization. So I'm trying to adjust you so that you're a bit higher up. Yeah, so we obviously, when we moved last year, we had some apples, but not loads. And I think I made some apple crumble and stuff and gave some to my family, I think. I don't really remember. But this year we have so many apples, it's ridiculous. I did speak to my friend who has a veg box. His name's, their company name is Hurland Roots, so I'll leave it linked below. If you live in Cornwall, especially West Cornwall, he grows all of his veg locally, like just down the road from me. And I've been to the allotment where he grows it and it is amazing. And he started it over the pandemic. And then anything that he wants to add to the box, he gets from other local suppliers. Like he gets these incredible mushrooms from a local supplier. It is the most fun veg box because the veg that he has is so unique and you can order it on his website and everything now. So I'll link that below. But I messaged him saying, hey, do you want some of the apples? And he said, oh, it seems to be that there are so many apples this year. I don't know if it's the weather, but there is so many apples on our tree. It's ridiculous. When we came back from our honeymoon, the entire floor of the bottom half of our garden was covered in apples and we collected loads. I think we collected about 6 boxes and that was only about a third of them on the floor. So I need to do more this weekend. I haven't had time. I wanted to do it yesterday, but it got dark. Anyway, I had it in my head that they were cooking apples because they are massive. I'll show you in a second how huge they are. Maybe we'll pick some up off the floor later. And I thought, yeah, they're cooking apples. But then I was looking at them and I was thinking, why are they red though? Because some of them have this red colour, which looks very much like a Braeburn. And my mum said that she tried one and tasted one and she said that they are definitely for eating as well as cooking. Oh dear. Yeah, it's delicious. So I think that they are multi-purpose. Oh my gosh. I think the incense is getting up my nose. I think I'm a bit allergic to fragrance, you know. That's another story. So yeah, there are some that are very green and very big, and I assume those probably are more suitable for cooking, and then the ones that are a bit more red are going to be a bit sweeter. Let me know if you know much more about that, but my assumption is that the red bits are the kind of sweetness ripening in the apple. Like, look how perfectly white and delicious that looks. Anyway, we're having a shoot day today. I never vlog these days, and I thought about it the other day. I thought, probably some of you think I've got these like 2 different lives. Like some of you I know watch my recipe videos, and some of you watch my vlogs. Some of you watch both, but I think a lot of people just watch one or the other. And I feel like some of you maybe don't understand that that's another half of my job. because I mostly vlog when I'm away or at the weekends or when I'm doing sort of fun things or when I'm specifically filming like a declutter video. But every single week, not every single week, probably on average every fortnight, we film a recipe video. We tend to film in bulk, so we go through a period where we'll film most weeks and then we have a bit of a break. But I have just hired an editor. I think I mentioned that. So we're trying to film more recipe videos. We're trying to get ahead on Vlogmas content for January content. And today we're filming a winter budget recipe video that's coming soon. And my friend Ali does all my photography for me on my website. So I'll link her and I'll also link my website if you've not visited my website. And we're going to be shooting that and also another video where I'm going to be kind of just doing a sort of cooking in my English kitchen, which is a bit of a different way of filming a recipe video. So if you don't normally watch my recipe videos, then definitely check that one out because it might be more your vibe, because I'm trying to do a kind of relaxing video that's got a voiceover that might be more suitable if you're the sort of person who enjoys to watch videos in the background as a vlog, because I'm just thinking that it's a nice way to share my cooking content where it's just me cooking and you can just sort of listen along. Anyway, I'm rambling again. What's new? And I'm just gonna wait for Ali to get here and then we'll get cooking. Yeah, we'll get cooking and filming.
Yeah.
Recipe number 1. Ali in action. This is a pan apple crumble coming soon. I've just put some ice cream on top. Alex is getting the shots. And now we have to, actually it's not too bad, a little bit of tidying up to do. And then we'll move on to our next recipe. Come in, it's my boyfriend. Okay, let's go for it. Should I go right in the middle of this? Or? Hello, I'm in the office. Had a long shoot day today. I've scraped my hair back. Got myself a big glass of sparkling water. It is now 4:30. Ali left at 4. So shooting, woo! This tripod really struggles with this camera because the camera is quite heavy compared to the tripod. Yeah, we were shooting from, well, she arrived at 10. We probably started shooting at like 11. And we got 3 recipes done, which is wonderful. I always try and aim for 3. Some days it only ends up being 2 because things go wrong. Things go wrong a surprising amount because there's so many moving parts and things to think about. And then sometimes we get 4 done if there's like one recipe that's really simple and quick. Now I'm going to be uploading all the content. I don't know why I'm just suddenly deciding that I'm going to share all this like behind the scenes stuff, but maybe it's interesting to some of you. The stuff that goes on behind all the videos. So I'm going to upload all the content to the drive, which does take time, but it means then it's doing its thing in the background, so then I can go and do other things. So I'm going to do that, and then I need to watch over the edit that my editor Johnny has done and check it's all okay and send him some notes, and also film or record a voiceover. I have a feeling I could do that relatively quickly because it's just a what I eat in a day. It's not like me sharing a detailed recipe. My battery died. I don't know what I was saying. I'm gonna upload the stuff. I'm gonna film a voiceover. If the voiceover becomes something that needs more time, then I'm just gonna be doing it tomorrow because it's like 20 to 5. So we'll see. But I have a feeling it's gonna be a simple thing. Though I need to figure out the microphone. Something I need to buy is a like podcasting kind of microphone for voiceovers. Anyway, let's get on with it. What do you want, little one? I think I've talked enough in this video. I think it's another really long one. So I will see you in my next one. I think it's time for me and you to go out.
Do you want to go on a walkie?
Is that a yes? Is that a yes?
Walkies. Oh, walkies. Oh no. You can do it. You can do it. Walkies. You.
There we go.
Sort of dog, right?
See you in my next video.